Hi there. We've already discussed how thoughtfully chosen typography makes for a better product. Now, let's discuss another element of visual design: color. Did you know color can affect your behavior, mood, and thoughts? Colors can convey emotions, signal actions, and add variety. Red, for example, attracts a lot of attention. That's why things like exit signs, emergency buttons, and stop signs are red. Objects with this color always get noticed. Blue, on the other hand, can communicate serenity and feelings of calmness or peace. That's one reason why blue is considered widely appealing. Keep in mind, certain colors might mean one thing in one region of the world and something totally different elsewhere. You'll learn over time the colors that are most commonly associated with different emotions and how those choices affect your design decisions. For now, I'll explain how color choices and combinations are used in UX design to add emphasis and communicate branding, and can impact accessibility. First, let's talk about how colors can add emphasis in your design. A change in color can draw the attention of users to a focal point in your design. That focal point is often an important action you want users to take, like a sign-up link or a purchase button. Think about the homepage of our dog walker app. We'll want to add emphasis to the schedule button, so we'll probably make that button a bright color. One common rule that UX designers use is the 60-30-10 rule. One neutral color makes up 60% of the color palette in your design. A second complementary color makes up 30% of the palette. A third accent color makes up 10% of the palette to add emphasis. In our dog walker app, we might use white as 60% of the color in the design, gray as 30%, and orange as 10%. Accent colors, like orange in our case, can be used to emphasize or highlight information, whereas neutral colors play a supportive role in backgrounds, lines, and text. Let's pull up our dog walker app in Figma and apply the 60-30-10 rule to the homepage. The last time we worked on the homepage, we added a line of text that said, "Busy afternoon? We can take them for a walk." Let's make this text stand out more by placing a gray rectangle around the text. I'll go to the toolbar at the top left of the page and click on the icon that looks like a square, called Rectangle. From the drop-down menu, I'll select the rectangle, then draw a rectangle in my design. Now, I'm going to change the color of the rectangle to a light gray. In this case, I'll pick this light gray, which has the hex code D4D4D4. I'll right-click on the rectangle and select Send to Back so that the text appears on top of the light gray rectangle. There we go. Next, let's create a button. I'll draw a new rectangle following the same steps. This rectangle will be almost as wide as the phone screen, leaving a little bit of white space on the left and right sides. I'm going to use the Align Horizontal Centers button to center the rectangle in the middle of the phone screen. Then, I'm going to change the color of the rectangle to a bright orange to add emphasis, using the hex code FA7B17. I want to make this button stand out because clicking this button is the most important action we want users to take on the screen. Now, I need to add some text to describe this button. I'll go back up to the panel in the top left and click the T for text. I'll draw a text box inside of my orange rectangle. I'll type "Choose a time." Then, I'll change the color of the text to white, which is hex code FFFFFF. Whoops, looks like the font is really big. I'm going to change the font size to 18 to better fit within this orange rectangle button. And there you have it. We've begun to add color to our dog walker app homepage to show emphasis. Another reason why color is so important in UX design is that colors can communicate branding. which is the visual appearance and voice of a company. Colors play an important role in a company's brand guidelines, just like typography. Color helps define a product's visual identity, making it stand out among competitors. Think about some of the most globally recognized brands and the colors they feature in their products and logos. Does the yellow of McDonald's arches make you feel cheerful? And does the bold red of Coca-Cola make you feel energetic? Some companies even use groups of colors consistently to stand out. For example, have you noticed that Google uses 4 specific colors in all of its branding? Blue, red, yellow, and green. Many of the graphics and animations in this certificate program use the 4 Google colors. That isn't an accident. These colors are consistent across all products, which makes designs from Google easy to identify instantly. When you're working for a company as a new designer, you'll need to be aware of how you use the company's brand colors in your designs. Keep color associations consistent, whether you're designing an app, website, or logo. Third, color choice can impact the accessibility of designs. It's important to check the contrast between the colors you choose. For example, the image on the left uses black text on a white background, which has a high contrast ratio. But the image on the right uses varying shades of green, blue, and yellow on a camo green background, making the text very difficult to read and therefore inaccessible. As a designer, you should follow Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG, on color contrast standards to make sure your designs are accessible. For more detailed information, check out the readings in this section of the course. One more thing to keep in mind when choosing colors for your design. Test your color choices on various devices and in different environments. Colors can look different on your desktop computer than they do on your mobile phone. Colors can also look different depending on whether you're using the device in daylight or in the dark. One example of this is a viral internet photo from 2015 of a dress that some internet users described as white and gold and others described as black and blue. Many people were confused about how the same dress could be interpreted as completely different colors. But the explanation was simple. The color of the dress changed depending on the color of the light the user was in. The dress looked black and blue under yellow light, and white and gold under blue light. This is just one example of why testing your color choices in different environments is crucial. We could have an endless discussion on color, but the key takeaway is that using color effectively in your designs should help users better navigate the product. Next up, we'll discuss a third element of visual design: iconography. Let's keep going.